So we are a little over the week into the Ganyu and Zhongli banners for the second half of 2.4 in Genshin Impact. And we're also coming up very soon, probably to the live stream that will be for 2.5 ahead of Yaimiko's release and whatever reruns she is with. Now, obviously, Ganyu and Zhongli, we've said this time and time again in our Genshin videos that they are very big characters in the game. They have a massive impact if you build them right and pull them. Because Ganyu is one of the strongest damage dealers, and Zhongli is one of the strongest, if not the strongest utilities, if not the strongest character in the entire game. Both of these characters have arguments for being some of the strongest or the strongest character in the game. And for them to be run at the same time is rough if you want them both. Of course I did, right? You saw the pull video, it didn't go very well. We lost both 50-50s to a Chi-Chi and a Kaching, both of which I had already. I would have loved a Mona, I would have loved a Jean, but hey, that's the way the cookie crumbled. So, I did get Zhongli in that video, and I did manage to get Ganyu. My Ganyu is now level 90. She is 1.8k attack. She's decently built. She's not, okay, God mode, crazy level build, but she's very good. She rolls my world. She's on level with my Hu Tao, which is my other best built character, so that's pretty darn good. Zhongli is built to the point where he does his job, where he's not built as comprehensively as my Ganyu is, or my Hu Tao, but he's kind of getting there. And what we're going to do is we're going to look about how these two characters change things when you pull them. A bit of a review of the two characters, I suppose. And these two characters, like I pulled Zhao and Shenhe in the first half of 2.4, and they have not had an impact on my Genshin play like Ganyu and Zhongli have, simply because these two are so much more powerful. Now, Shenhe is a bit of a caveat to this, because Shenhe has kind of had an increase in playtime on my account because I now have Ganyu, which, you know, is kind of obvious considering she's a cryo buffer, but Ganyu has really not opened my eyes, but I'd played Ganyu before on a different account, and I don't know, playing her day in, day out on my account now, building her, going through all this, and then I'm actually using Ganyu now much more than I'm using Hu Tao. Now, that can be one reason because basically I now have Ganyu, but also I am really enjoying playing Ganyu, and I think the main thing for that is she is so easy to run with a shielder. When you have that shielder, you have that barrier on you, and again, it doesn't have to be Zhongli, it can be someone like Diona. Diona is probably the second best barrier procer in the game. Then you can obviously substitute people in like Thoma, but that's a bit copium in my opinion, because this barrier isn't that great. I would prefer like Thoma putting him on someone with like Hu Tao. With Ganyu, you want a bit more length and lasting in your barrier, because, you know, those charge shots, she's going to be using it a lot more. I found myself doing all my dailies, all my runs in domains, everything with Ganyu really at the moment, unless of course there's cryo resistance, and you kind of run into a problem. So they do revolutionize the way you play Genshin, especially Zhongli to an extent. Like, Ganyu is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. You know, she's a bow user. You're going to have to charge those shots. And so if you're not a person that wants to play in a slightly slower pace, then Ganyu is not going to be for you. You're going to be more of a Hu Tao player or a Zhao player. And that's fine. I was a Hu Tao player before that. And I still love Hu Tao, don't get me wrong. I absolutely adore Hu Tao. But Ganyu is a change to my playstyle, but a welcome one. And it really does give you so many options when you have, say my two mains are now Ganyu and Hu Tao. That's really two different ends of the stick, right? And it really kind of rejuvenates life into playing Genshin, right? Now, by no means was I getting tired of Genshin. I certainly wasn't. But having a new character to really dedicate to has really changed. But anyway, we're getting off on a tangent here. Also, the talents for Ganyu are 9, 4, 5 right now. Not fully leveled. But I did level her normal attacks all the way up to 9 because basically that's where her damage comes from most of the time, especially the way I play her, because she's a main DPS, not a sub DPS. And she's more of a melt Ganyu, more of a melt Ganyu than she is a freeze Ganyu. But my artifacts are still, and there's still, the crazy thing is I'm getting great value out of my Ganyu, and she's still not built properly yet. She's running 2-piece Blizzard and 2-piece Shimenawas, which is not her best in slot. Her best in slot is 4-piece Blizzard or 4-piece Wanderers, in my opinion. I don't have a great Wanderer set, although I do have a Wanderer set I can use on her, but they don't have as good a stats as these Shimenawa's pieces. Also, I found myself in a very, very interesting dilemma between the two weapons I have, where I had Skyward Harp and I have Hammer Yumi. And it's actually really interesting that these two come really close. And that's even with the fact that my Hammer Yumi, obviously, they are two different weapons, because yes, you have a higher base attack on Skyward Harp, but you have the crit rate substat. And now on Hammer Yumi, you do have the lower base attack, but you have that 45% at level 70 attack percentage substat, which is quite major, and it does level them out. And obviously with Ganyu, her passive crit rate stuff, and put in a party where I normally run Ganyu with Shenhe, she gets obviously that crit rate back. And so she doesn't always need that little, she only needs that little crit rate buff, which she basically gets all of her crit rate addition from that Skyward Harp. There's not too much crit rate addition from the rest of her kit. It's really, really interesting. And I do have, you know, the option of Viridescent Hunt, which, in my opinion, has not seemed to be as good as Skyward Harp and Hammer Yumi, in my personal opinion. Another good option aside from Hammer Yumi, which I talked about in the build video, was obviously Prototype Crescent, but I can't currently build that because I don't have any bow prototype things, bow building things, so I can't build the Prototype Crescent right now, which is annoying, not gonna lie, but I'm quite happy with the Hammer Yumi. The Hammer Yumi still gives out such great stats with the Skyward Harp, so I'm considering putting Skyward Harp on Sarah, who I can now level because she's C2 because I got her in the pool video. So that's something I can always debate with. And obviously, you know, I always have other options for like the Stringless if I went to a more subby sort of sub DPS sort of Ganyu. But I'm really, really loving Ganyu. Really love playing her, and I think she's a very versatile DPS that you can use in a lot of different situations. I'm one-shotting most Hilichurls in my game right now, which is crazy to me to think my Ganyu has come to that level in the matter of about a week. That is pretty crazy. Yes, I was pre-farming for Ganyu. I did have a lot of her Ascension stuff. I was not planning on making any of these characters level 90. At most level 80, I actually made Ganyu level 90 within 2 days of getting her, which is pretty crazy. The only other level 90 character I have is Hu Tao, and the rest have been left at level 80 mostly, especially people like Xiao, Eula, and Raiden Shogun. And I think that's testament to how much I've been enjoying Ganyu. And I'm sure, I'm pretty sure people who already have Ganyu or have pulled Ganyu in this rerun probably can vouch for that. I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed in pulling Ganyu, even if she's just C0. And she's not that quick shot C6 Ganyu. So many people are pulling to get constellations for Ganyu because the constellations are so good. Especially when you go, well, the C1 is really good, but then if you jump to C6 and you get that C6 Ganyu if you can, my goodness me, it really changes things. And she becomes really insane. Let's talk about Zhongli though. Zhongli is the big difference changer when it comes to Genshin. Because of that Jade Shield, he is ridiculous. Actually ridiculous. You can tank so much damage with that Jade Shield, and my Zhongli is not even built properly. That's the crazy thing about it. And with so little investment, you can get so much value from Zhongli. It is crazy. And he can be run with so many different people just to give you that ability to go, right, I really don't care what you're going to do to me. I'm going to do damage to you. You're not going to be able to stun me. You're not going to be able to damage me. Yes, you can do a bit of freezing, but whatever. Like, I am going to have so much more time where I'm not stunned or interrupted or being dealt damage to, where I can deal damage to my opponents, that it's just quality of life. He's like the quality of life pulling Genshin, where he just makes everything so simple. And I've noticed this going from like this account to another account. Without Zhongli, it's quite crazy when you get used to playing with Zhongli, because now, even a week in, I'm used to just proccing my Jade Shield. Every single fight I start in, I proc my Jade Shield. Which, you know, you get into a habit of it with Zhongli, and it's just really good, especially for the people I play. Hu Tao and Ganyu, it is just so valuable. And now I've been, you know, I've had the opportunity to invest into a few other characters. I've been investing, even just today when I'm recording this video, into my Ningguang, because the day this is being recorded is when the final parts of the Lantern Rite have released. So obviously the Ningguang skin is available, along with the free Liyue character. If you're wondering who I pulled for that Liyue character, Uzhen Jin, to get her to C6. Eventually I want to invest into her because she's also really good. I've also been investing into my Raiden Shogun a little bit, and you can put Zhongli with her as well to give her a barrier. You can put Zhongli with anyone. And the crazy thing is, and I think one of the most valuable things, aside from his Jade Shield, is the Geo resistance that comes with it. The Geo resonance that comes with it, but the resistance shred that comes with his barrier. So if you have that Jade Shield on you, your enemies, if they are close to you, have a resistance reduction put on them. And it just shows in the damage output numbers, whether that's playing Hu Tao, Zhao, Ganyu. You just see it in the numbers, and it's crazy. And it's obviously made me adjust a lot more, because before, my account was, not gonna lie, very reliant on Kokomi. I am a big fan of Kokomi. A lot of people weren't in the beginning, but now you're seeing Kokomi's usage rate kind of skyrocket, especially at Abyss, because A, she's great at Hydro application, B, she heals, and she heals damn well. Like, she heals so well, Kokomi. It's another one that I would never regret pulling. And she allowed me to tank things originally, which made my life a lot easier, because she would just heal it straight up with that Bakukurage, the jellyfish. Now, I don't need that, because I have Zhongli, I have a barrier, I have the Jade Shield. So now, as a knock-on effect of that, I find that I'm not playing Kokomi that much, not gonna lie, because I just don't need the amount of healing she gives out, because Zhongli is just negating the need for that. So I'm finding that other supports, especially Bennett, are coming in, which is allowing me then to do more damage in turn. When I look at one of my main comps right now, which is Ganyu, Shenhe, Zhongli, and Bennett, the buff from Bennett, the resistance shred from Zhongli, the cryo buff from Shenhe into Ganyu is just allowing me to deal silly numbers, not gonna lie. It is just allowing me to deal silly numbers. And then, obviously, it allows me to be a bit more free-willed with my Hu Tao, because I don't have to be overly worried about her getting melted down if she's on low health, where she does her most damage, right? Plus, before I had Zhongli, I was running Diona with Hu Tao. When I used Diona's ult, very often it would heal Hu Tao above 50% health, which is not ideal when you're a Hu Tao player. So many benefits. So many benefits, and that's why I was so hyped about this banner, the Ganyu Zhongli banner, the absolute goated banner that would give you not only a crazy top-tier DPS pick, but also a top-tier utility pick that works so well together. So if you pull them both on that banner, not having not had them before, yes, it's going to take you a lot to actually, you know, build the two characters at the same time, but my goodness me, you will reap the rewards, and I know I have. It's certainly changed the way I've played Genshin. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to do like a review of the banners. And of course, soon the live stream will be coming up. If I am free, when the live stream happens, I might react to the live stream for a video, because I am obviously one of those people that is really looking forward to Yae Miko, and she's looking very interesting. It will be interesting to see what happens with Yae Miko, not gonna lie. And of course, whoever gets rerun, I'm not gonna say who, but we will see. Anyway, I am gonna leave it here for this video. If you are still trying to pull for Zhongli or Ganyu, I wish you all the best. They are fantastic characters, and they are really, really worth it if you are on the fence. However, if you don't have many primos and you really do like Yae Miko, then it may be worth waiting. It is completely up to you and what you want. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here for this one. Thank you for joining for this video. I really appreciate it if you could give it a like, subscribe if you are new, share it around, make sure you do all those great things. It helps get the channel noticed. It really, really is appreciated. I will leave it here. Thank you very much for joining, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.